Town Hall 5 progress has moved along slightly faster than expected. In today's episode, let's pick up on that upgrade order and some lessons learned. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 5, and we're picking up where we left off last. Thanks for joining in on this journey throughout the lower Town Hall levels. As you can see, I have finished all my walls, and now we're maxed out on the loots, both the gold and the elixir. So let's go ahead and get started with our upgrade order, or picking up from where we left off. We do have a army camp that we need to go ahead and put down, and that is going to put us down for our third army camp and max that thing out. We're going to be fully maxed for Town Hall 5, and it's going to add some additional space for housing of troops. Now, we did get our wizard. That was really cool. We upgraded our wizard, or we unlocked the wizard, and now we are currently finished with the laboratory upgrade that we did in the last video, and we are researching the archers. We might research the wizard next. I'm not really sure. Everything else we can't really do. The giants, unfortunately, are stuck at level 2 until we upgrade town halls again, as well as the wall breaker. So that is very unfortunate because the giant is very squishy, meaning it just gets beaten down really fast and it dies quickly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start working on, we do have 2 barracks to do, but we're going to hold off on that for right now. We need to go ahead and increase our space, our storage space. So since we have so much gold, we're going to go ahead and start by putting down our elixir storages. They got 8 hours apiece, and then we're going to do that one right there, and then we're going to do this one right here. So that leaves us 2 builders. Now, since the builder that was doing walls is completed on his task, we're no longer doing walls. We can't go any higher on walls. So now we can start working into other things. I think in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and stick to working on our mines and our elixir pumps while we wait for these additional upgrades to happen. And in the next video, we might get into the gold storages. We'll see what happens. Matter of fact, I think we might do the gold storages now, and then we'll start working on our mines and our elixirs. So we have 8 hours apiece. So 8 hours on all 4 of these items are going to boost up. I'm not sure if they go to another level or not. We'll find out in the next episode. But we do have mines and elixir pumps to knock out. We'll do that probably next. Unfortunately, we cannot upgrade our clan castle anymore. That is only upgradable at Town Hall 6. So we're pretty much limited to what we can do. Also, same thing for the spell factory. We can't go any higher on that. All we have is the lightning spell. So it's pretty much limited to what we can do there as well. So I think from here, we're going to do, gold mines and elixir pumps, and then we got 2 barracks to knock out, and then we're going to start dabbling into our defenses, probably starting with traps first, and then moving into the hard structures of defenses. But first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at some lessons learned. If you recall from the last video, I pointed out checking the clan castle was sometimes it's probably best if I follow my own advice, because in this situation here, we are facing off against higher town hall levels. As we push into Silver League, or deeper into Silver League, we're finding more and more bases that are higher level, Town Hall 6s, we're finding Town Hall 7s, and in this situation here, we did not check the clan castle. So check out what's in there. There's some max level balloons in there, and watch how quickly they destroy the giants. I mean, it's just done. And that is one of those lessons learned or pieces of advice that's probably best if I followed my own advice sometimes, but sometimes you tend to forget to do that, right? And in this case here, that's exactly what happened. We are dealing with some high-level balloons, and even these lower-level archers and wizards are not able to tend to these. So I think we are able to get rid of the balloons eventually, because it did get distracted on a wall breaker there, and it left me with 1 archer remaining. Once the splash damage from the balloon goes down, it's donezo. All of our archers are done, and we had one left. So let's go ahead and take a look at one more replay of some lessons learned, or something that you might not know. Alright, so one thing that I'm going to mention before we wrap up this video is spring traps are not your friend at all. Especially if you're using giants or you're using hog riders. The spring traps will shut down your attack immediately. Now, there is a certain level to the spring trap, and as you progress through the game, that level upgrades. In the early stages, it will launch giants off the map, or it will launch your hog riders. And in this case here, I believe we do lose our hog riders as they stop in a location where the spring trap is just before the defense. There goes one, and there goes our hog riders. And realistically speaking, due to the level of the hog riders, I am personally highly dependent on those hog riders to be successful, because as you can see here, the squish squishiness of our giants. They cannot handle the defenses or the higher level defenses as well as they might be able to handle later on. So as we progress through this town hall level, we have to be cognizant or aware of the level of our giants and the defenses that we're taking on. Clearly this is a town hall 6 and they have higher level defenses. They have more defenses than what my giants can sustain. Even though we're running about 15, whether I bumped it up to about 20 or 25, we're basically going to be taken away from our archers or taken away from the amount of wizards that I'm bringing, and it really doesn't help things at all because whether you lose the giants or not, you have to have the back end troops in order to clean the base as you move through. So anyways, that's going to wrap us up for a little bit of tips and tricks at Town Hall 5. If you enjoyed the content today, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys. Let's start out the stream with a little bit of a hype and party right off the bat. We did gain a new member, guys. I mean, really, thank you so much for joining the team, the channel, and woo! Yeah! Thank you. Very nice. I like that. Yeah.